Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Black Clover. Last time around we had a fun festival double date, where basically, there's a festival at the Royal Capital. It's where the Magic Knights squads will be re-ranked every year based on the amount of stars that they have. And so the Black Bulls all headed out there. Asta had Finral go get Kyoto and Kahono, so that he could also heal them, because he had a little jar that contained some of the Witch Queen's blood magic, but he was able to recover Kahono's voice and reattach and heal up Kyoto's leg. So yeah, they're back in business. Everything's good. They had a double date where Kahono was trying to get Noelle to confront her feelings about Asta. Went about as well as you would expect, and Asta got blasted off again and landed where it seems that Yami seems to be in the middle of a fight with Jack the Ripper. So we don't know what's going on there, but that's pretty much where we left off. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure, so let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. Alrighty. Well, you guys probably noticed it, and I talked about it in the full length. I switched over to Netflix because I'm thinking about ditching Crunchyroll because I just feel like I should save some money somewhere. I'm also thinking soon I might need to get a VPN for reasons in our world. But yeah. But I noticed that Black Clover is on Netflix, and I knew they would have the sub at the very least. Seems like they do have the English dub too. Sometimes they don't do that, but this time apparently they did. And so I was like, well, let me try out Black Clover on Netflix. And honestly, 98% the subtitles are the same. The only difference is Marks is instead Mars. I don't know what that's about. And the Wizard King is now the Magic Emperor, which does not sound as good as the Wizard King. So maybe we'll just keep this. We'll keep that, but we'll know in our heads. We know what it actually is. It makes me wonder, like, if I had watched Black Clover on Netflix from the beginning, I wonder if you guys would have corrected me. Actually, it's supposed to be the Wizard King, not the Magic Emperor. The Wizard King just sounds better. It also sounds a little goofier, but so is Julius, so it is interesting. He goes on this whole thing about we shouldn't you shouldn't go all out and stuff like that, and it's just they can't hear you, man. You're using your time magic. You use the power of the world and no one can hear you right now. Oh well, it's fine. But yeah, as fun little episode. I kind of like we're getting a couple fun episodes in the middle here, I get the feeling this is kind of our break arc, and we're still kind of waiting, we're kind of waiting for this tournament that's being promised in the intro. But honestly, I'm kind of looking around this feels like a break time arc. And I like that. That was actually, I shit on My Hero Academia so much, but that was one of the good things in season 4 when they did the school festival, and that was still they still had the Gentle Criminal arc. But I liked that. I really enjoyed that arc. I seem to have been one of the few people that did enjoy that arc. But I really like that. So I'm totally down with a break arc for Black Clover. So especially when we just tore through two of the third eye. We defeated Veto, then we saved Fauna, and we dealt with the Queen of the Witches, who wasn't the third eye, but still we dealt with the Queen of the Witches, and now it's just okay, let's take a quick break before we get back to plot. It's like a canon filler arc. It's in the middle of this, the author was just you know what, I need a bit more time to cook up what I'm doing for later. So in the meantime, let's just have a little fun festival thing. So I'm totally down for that. Of course, we might still get something crazy in this arc, but we'll have to see. But yeah, though I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much there is to talk about this episode. It's just Yami and Jack, they're trying to fight. I was really curious if I thought for a second where it's just like, oh well, Asta and Seke, they can't do they don't pull in people because nobody looks at those two and is just like, yes, I want to see more of these two. I was really wondering, and I could have seen it if Kahano and Kieto had come over. The two of them probably would have been good salespeople, but also I think it's just like, look, if you're trying to attract the attention of people, I'm sorry to say, you have to put the cute girl out front, You gotta put Noelle out front, And that could also lead to comedy because she's not just a cute girl, she is a tsundere, and that will lead to problems because she doesn't want to do it, and she'll be embarrassed, and she'll get all blushy and adorable, and So I thought that's where they were going, but that's not where they ended up going, so that's fine. That's fine, actually. That's probably for the better, actually, that they didn't force Noelle, to go and... they didn't push her into advertising, basically. That's probably for the best, but that's honestly where I thought we were going to go with that, was like, well, these two losers, nobody wants to eat food from losers, so let's push the cute girl to the forefront, I hate to say it, but that, hey, it works. But they didn't go that route, and that's good. Oh, I forgot to put the number. When I do my notes, every time I do my notes, I put I put the show and the episode number basically. So for Black Clover, I put BLCL 68 plus 69. Nice, because those are the two episodes I'm recording today. And the reason I do BLCL is because in one of my other notebooks are my notes for Broadchurch, and I used BC for that. So I used BLCL for Black Clover. But then, because I do 2 episodes of Black Clover in a row, I normally put the episode number by the first column of notes that I have here. I could just show you. Jeez. Hoping that picks up on the camera. You can see this is a fresh page. I haven't done too many notes on here yet, but yeah, so... But for this episode, literally all I wrote is Yami, Jack, Stalls, Cave, Power, Wizard King. So... I don't know. I'm going to be quite honest. This is going to be a very short discussion because I really got nothing to talk about with this episode. It's just a goofy episode, Yami versus Jack. So... Yeah. And poor Finral. Poor Finral, who's dragged away to bring them to this location, and then he has to go and try to break them up, and he just gets kicked, and it doesn't work, so... But I did it's just like, well, if there is any serious problem, then the Wizard King is right there, and he'll break it up, and sure enough, he did. He was just like, as much as I'd love to see that move, I can't risk it, so... Oh, well. Oh, good grief. But yeah, and now we have mysterious, beautiful blonde girl that Asta has apparently seen before. We'll have to see what's going on with that. But yeah, I'm going to be honest, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to stick to Netflix for a little while, I think. Honestly, that really seemed to be the only 2 things that were kind of weird about the subtitles was one calling him Mars instead of Marks, which is also I also just remembered. I don't know how I didn't remember this in the moment, but there's another character named Mars. So how does that work? I don't know. Maybe that's something we'll have to think about. And then the other thing is Magic Emperor, but we'll know they mean Wizard King. The other thing, though, I realized on here is there's 2 options for English subtitles, and the other is English CC, closed captions. I think those are subtitles for the English dub, which that's impressive. I never see subtitles for English dubs. I'm trying to get my dad to watch Vinland Saga, and I was going to show him the English dub, specifically the Netflix dub, but... Despite the fact that it is the Netflix dub, of Vinland Saga, they don't have subtitles for it. And look, I don't mean this in a disparaging way, but my dad's old, and he likes subtitles, you know? And it's not just him, because I'm only 28, and normally I say I'm 28 and I say I'm old, but I'm 28. I also like subtitles, you know? I also like subtitles, so I don't know. So if Black Clover actually has subtitles for the English dub, that's incredibly impressive. So, anywho, that's basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Black Clover reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.